You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, let's talk about possibly the worst commissioner in the major sports. Adam Silver of the Marxist NBA of China. This man has pretty much destroyed the NBA. Now, we've already talked about the NBA All-Star game, guys. It's gone. They're now playing pickup basketball, and it's going to be like in a 3-on-3 format or something like that. And also, you're going to have non-All-Stars participating in this tournament. Yeah, it's probably going to be a disaster, man. I miss the old days of East versus West. And under Adam Silver, man, the NBA has definitely been changing stuff. Now they don't even do East versus West. Divisions don't mean anything anymore. I mean, they're out there, man, doing some wild stuff here, man. The in-season tournament means nothing. I mean, just because you win an in-season tournament doesn't mean that eyeballs are going to be on you. The in-season tournament, guys, was a failure. This season, fewer people watch. People really just don't care about the NBA that much, guys. I mean, the NBA has lost almost 50% of its audience since 2012. And the NBA is now tinkering with the actual game itself. Forget about the wokeness in 2020. That was a big reason, guys, why people turn off their television sets. But I was actually complaining about the NBA before that. When the NBA, all I saw was three-point shooting. And that was like back in 2018 when I was saying that. And now all of a sudden the NBA is now recognizing they got a problem with the three-point shot. Now, I don't know how in the world they're actually going to do anything about this because style of play, I don't think that's something that can necessarily be dictated by the NBA unless they actually get rid of the three-point shot. Because, guys, the mid-range jumper, that is a thing of the past. It is pretty much three-point shot and nothing at this point. The game is unwatchable. I can't remember a time, guys, when the NBA was this unpopular. However, they also had this thing with load management, that kind of thing. You know, players don't want to play in the regular season, but hey, they want that money, right? And the NBA got a whole bunch of money from these networks. What is it like? Something like $77 billion over 10 years. Well, guys, if Adam Silver actually gets his way, he's actually going to rob the fans of the actual game. Because now he's floating this wild idea, guys, of actually shortening the NBA games. Yeah, the NBA, they play 12-minute quarters. Okay? So 12-minute quarters. It's been like that my whole entire life, guys. This man is now floating the idea that he wants to get rid of 12-minute quarters and go down to 10. Okay, if you do that, I suggest that the players actually play less. And I don't think this is going to help with players actually saying, all right, I want to play this game. Because we know that players really want that load management. This is not going to help. I believe these players today, man, are so weak that they're going to continue to complain. Now, Adam Silver in this clip here is going to bring up the point of we're the only league in the world that actually does this. Well, you're the NBA. You're the most popular basketball league in the world. You're not Turkey. You're not China. I don't know if this is ever going to happen, guys. I mean, he's talking about making the game shorter. Guess what? NFL games are 15-minute quarters, and they're longer than the NBA. Some of these NFL games are like 3 hours long, and nobody's complaining about the length of the game. Like if there's an incomplete pass, guys, the clock stops. It stops. But let's go ahead, guys, and listen into Adam Silver here talking about shortening the quarters to 10 minutes. Let's play it.
The wildest thing that you guys have considered? I'm sure there's always, we're going to try this. The NFL doing the kickoff the way they did. It's pretty crazy that that's what it looks like. Give me this has been discussed.
I mean, one that's only been discussed a little, I wouldn't put it necessarily in the category of being so wild, is potentially 2 free throws for a foul and a 3-point shot. I don't necessarily think I would do it in the last 2 minutes of the game, but I think that's something interesting. Something else that I'm a fan of, and I'm probably in a minority, as we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is
but
is
if
40
you
minutes.
like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about over time. I mean, incidentally,
But the pitch clock was dramatic, Commissioner.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I'm a fan of what baseball did. I'm a baseball fan, and I think some of those changes have really increased sort of the engagement, the entertainment value of the game, and so I'm paying a lot of attention to that. And in fact, I've used the pitch clock, the sort of the increasing the size of the base, et cetera, in meetings at the NBA to say, if baseball, which is more locked into tradition, and I don't mean that negatively, than any other sport, and part of what baseball provides is the tradition, the legacy, that if they're able to make those changes, certainly we shouldn't be afraid.
Yeah, so you heard that right there, guys, from Adam Silver.
Of complete focus.
Gonna turn off that ad right there. You heard that from Adam Silver, though, man. 10-minute quarters? Nah. I don't like it, man. I don't like shortening the quarters. You know what? Here's kind of a good example, I believe. The NFL. 15-minute quarters, right? But if you go to overtime, it's 10 minutes. And we have seen games get tied because of the 10-minute overtime rule. I don't like it. I don't like ties. Now, in the NBA, of course, you're not going to finish with a tie. I believe that the NFL should actually have 15-minute quarters. And if nobody actually wins, you keep playing. That's what I would do. If I actually went to a game, guys, NFL game, and it ended in a tie, I'm going to be furious, man. I don't like that. There shouldn't be any ties whatsoever. But Adam Silver, man, he's overthinking the rule, man. And it's probably not just him. Like the NFL opening kickoff or the kickoff in general looks terrible, man. At this point, I believe they're going to get rid of the kickoff because now the kickoff is just awful. It looks terrible. And the Super Bowl is going to be in a couple of weeks, guys, week after next. And we're going to see that kickoff, opening kickoff, man. Usually you see all lights flash and everything. You're thinking, all right, we're going to have a run back. We already know we're not going to have a run back. These commissioners are overthinking everything. In the case of the NFL, they're looking at it from a safety issue. But Adam Silver, man, in NBA, everything that he's proposed, man, I believe is horrible. There's too many teams in the playoffs. One thing now, you got 10 teams. You got teams losing records, making the playoffs or playing tournament, in-season tournament, awful, all-star game destroyed. Now this man wants to shorten the games? Nah. This is terrible, man. This man is awful. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.